One of the things I've been hearing a lot about lately, whether it's during an evaluation with a new athlete or a parent's calling up to, learn a little bit about our program, and what all these kids are always told is that they need to improve their speed and agility. Their coach is always telling them they have to get faster, okay? Which is also important. Every kid can benefit from getting faster. But what always wondered is when these coaches are saying this is what do they think speed and agility training is? A lot of times what comes to my mind is the pre-programmed running around through cones, over hurdles, through the ladders, or maybe, they're running miles, think they're getting faster. We get that from kids a lot. And then lastly, it's, we'll do some sprints or conditioning work. Those things all serve a purpose in the role of athletic development, but it's not necessarily going to make your athlete faster. Okay, when it comes to speed and agility, what that really means is game speed, right? We need to be able to do a lot in our sports, no matter what the sport is. There's going to be acceleration, there's going to be deceleration, and there's going to be a lot of times where you need to make decisions quickly. And that might be what's slowing you down. Two things that kind of we see a lot is the inability to stop themselves and change direction properly or efficiently. And then the other one is it takes them a while to make a decision, which is fine and that's very trainable. But what I want people to understand from right now is what good speed and agility training is. And I don't think that it's properly taught or explained enough. So some of the things that we work on here at Athletic Movement Protocol is we want our athletes to be able to start and accelerate more efficiently. So what that means is during that start, the athletes need to understand how to push off the ground and how to create momentum from a standstill. So whether that's working on 2-point stance starts, push-up starts, half kneeling starts, maybe some lateral base dealing starts. The whole thing is that they can create proper force from a standstill. So again, when it comes to speed, being able to create force is going to be getting stronger. So that's going to be one of the things you're going to need to also improve your speed is you have to get stronger. The stronger you are, the more force you can put into the ground. And when you can develop force into the ground, you're going to be able to accelerate and start better, which is going to give you a step on your opponent. So again, when it comes back to this game speed concept, when you can accelerate past your opponent, right, gain that step, you're now around him. You're faster than your opponent. So that's one thing, being able to accelerate, right? Being able to now, you started the momentum off that start. Now you have to increase it. You have to either increase or maintain it. And during that acceleration period, you should be getting faster over that period of time. And obviously when it comes to acceleration from a track athlete, it's going to be a little different than a field and sport athlete, right? Whether you're on the court, the ice, or the field. Because what happens when you accelerate is you might be able to accelerate for 10 yards, then a turnover happens, you got to turn around, or there's something else that happens, and they have to change direction. So how we teach, a track athlete, a 100-meter sprinter to accelerate versus a sport athlete is a little different. There's going to be some similarities, but we're not really focused on optimizing their technique because again, there's going to be a lot that goes on. They got to run with a stick in their hand, right? They got to run with a ball in their hand. There's a lot of different things they're going to have to do to accelerate. Simple thing to do there is some resisted runs, whether it's with a band, whether it's with a sled, or just flat out 100% effort sprints over 10 yards, letting the athletes rest appropriately so that they can put in another full effort. That's what improving that acceleration is going to be. It's not going to be, all right, sprint 10 yards, run back here, do it again. Now they're gassed. Again, there's a difference between speed and conditioning. I'll touch on that another time. But to improve speed, they have to be well rested. Second thing is being able to put the brakes on, okay? We need to do that from two different positions. We need to be able to stop, three. We need to be able to stop linear, we need to be able to stop lateral, and then there's also going to be some angled cuts that go on involved in that. The thing with being able to stop yourselves is the more efficient you can stop yourself, the more efficient you can speed yourself back up. If you go to make a cut and your ankle kind of mushes into the ground, you kind of get that mud feeling effect rather than hitting the ground like a trampoline. That's important. You're not moving efficiently. So being able to stop yourselves is very important. So we work on positional stops, whether it's running straight ahead, stopping straight ahead, whether it's running straight ahead and doing almost like a jump hip turn and then they kind of like hockey stop, and then being able to just shuffle back and forth. We work on lateral stops from a lot of different positions, which brings me to being able to change direction. So if you're able to actually stop efficiently, it's going to help that change of direction ability. So if you actually go to fake out your opponent or your opponent's trying to fake you out, and if you could push off the ground properly and efficiently, now you're able to keep up with that opponent, right? So now it's improving that game speed concept, not just, running around cones to run around cones. You have to be able to do it efficiently so that you can keep up with your opponent. Lastly, decision making. Okay, during sports, no matter what sport it is, there is a lot that goes on. There's a lot you have to think about, whether it's trying to fake out an opponent, trying to keep up with an opponent, trying to cut to a right area to get open for somebody, and then even like just sprinting back to a position. So working on decision making stuff, simple things as like mirror drills, simple things as chase games, create random environments for your athletes. That's why practice is almost more important than games, because during practice you get to work on a lot of different things that might come up during a game. And that's what we like to do here. We like to, it's almost gameplay in a sense, but we're just creating different situations to let the athletes work on essentially what we taught them that session. So if we're working on shuffle to sprint, now we're going to include that with, facing an opponent. Maybe we worked on just lateral shuffle, so now we have to, again, be able to let them apply it to a scenario. So that's what good speed and agility training is it's helping them improve their game speed, helping them make decisions faster, helping them change direction better, and then being able to accelerate over distances and being able to slow yourselves down. So those are a couple things we work on when it comes to speed and agility training. Again, being stronger is never going to hurt, but I wanted kind of people to understand like what speed and agility training is, and I'm always curious to know what people think good speed and agility training is.